Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Wednesday, June 29, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 360 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Philadelphia Phillies vs Atlanta Braves. Our team pick is Atlanta Braves for the win. And here is why. The Braves will have Kyle Wright take the mound for the 15th time of the season. Wright couldn't find a groove last time out, giving up 4 runs on 10 hits in 5.1 innings against the Giants, and was able to collect the win to improve to 8-4 on the year. The young right-hander has struggled in 2 straight outings, but overall is enjoying a marvelous season, registering a 3.18 ERA and a 1.16 WHIP in 85 innings of work. Wright conceded 3 runs including 1 homer in 6 innings against the Phillies last month and stands at 0-3 with a 5.00 ERA in 18 career innings. Ranger Suarez will make his 15th start of the season on Wednesday night. Suarez was stellar in his previous start, limiting the Padres to only 2 runs in 7.1 frames and recorded the victory to bring his record to 6-4. The veteran lefty has been reliable, posting a 3.33 ERA this month and enters with a 4.23 ERA and a 1.48 WHIP in 72.1 innings pitched on the season. Suarez gave up 5 runs in 4.1 innings against the Braves last month and has allowed 10 runs in 18.1 career innings against the division foes. The Braves have been one of the best teams in the majors over the last month. They are stellar on the road where they are 8-2 in their last 10 games. The Phillies have cooled down a bit, winning only 3 out of their last 8 games overall. Braves starter Kyle Wright actually has better numbers on the road this season, where he has fielded a 3.10 ERA. Furthermore, Phillies starter Ranger Suarez can't be trusted against this offense. He surrendered 5 runs in just 4.1 innings against the rivals in the only meeting this season and has squandered 10 runs in 18.1 career innings against the Braves. Our total pick is under 8.5 runs. And here is why. The Braves are averaging 4.72 runs per game and 4.55 runs per game on the road. They averaged 5 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Phillies. With Philadelphia giving up 4 runs per game at home, the Braves will hit their average in this game. The Phillies are averaging 4.76 runs per game and 4.42 runs per game at home. They averaged 4.33 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Braves. With Atlanta giving up 3.70 runs per game on the road, the Phillies won't score enough runs to push the score over the total. Toronto Blue Jays vs Boston Red Sox. Our team pick is Red Sox for the win. And here is why. The Boston Red Sox started slowly this season, at one point in dead last in the AL East. In their last 30 games prior to Tuesday night, the Red Sox have gone 21-9 and have shot up the standings in the AL East. The team is 7-0-1 in its last 8 series, last losing a series at the end of May to the Orioles. The Sox had a 7-game winning streak ended on Monday night in a 7-2 loss to the Jays. On Tuesday night, the Sox sent one of this year's surprise stories, starter Michael Wacha, to the hill to get to their winning ways. Wacha allowed 4 runs in the first 3 innings, but that would be all. The Red Sox rallied to take a 5-4 lead before the bullpen, without closer Tanner Houck coughed up the lead in the 9th for a 6-5 loss. The Blue Jays were a popular pick to win the AL East this season after bolstering their roster in the offseason and the expected maturity of the team's young stars. After a hot start, the Jays have struggled with consistency for much of the season. In the month of June, the Jays are just 13-12 and have slipped into a dogfight with the Rays and Red Sox for positioning behind the Yankees. On Monday night, the Jays ended a 2-game losing streak with a 7-2 win over Boston that included 3 Jays home runs. On Tuesday night, the Jays jumped out to a 4-1 lead before falling behind 5-4 entering the 9th. RBI singles by Bo Bichette and Vlad Guerrero Jr. made it a walk-off win, however, 6-5. This should be a tightly fought close battle between 2 of the hottest pitchers in the American League. Both pitchers are 4-1 this month and each has a sub-3 ERA in the month of June. I'm going to give the edge to Pivetta in this one for his ability to get deeper into games than Mano. Pivetta has pitched at least 7 innings in each of his last 3 starts and has a complete game under his belt this season. Mano has only gotten through the 7th once in his last 5 starts. While the Sox bullpen is far from lights out with the 13th best ERA in baseball, the Jays pen has been underwhelming all season with the 6th worst ERA in baseball. They have also only mustered 1 save in the team's last 25 games. In a tight ballgame, I'm going to lean towards the slightly better bullpen of Boston. Our total pick is under, and here is why. Both of these teams have excellent lineups. They both rank well inside the top 10 in runs scored and inside the top 5 in team batting average. Despite this, don't expect to see many base runners with 2 talented pitchers squaring off at the top of their respective games. Pivetta has come on strong after a rocky April and has delivered 3 straight starts of 7 or more innings. Mano has been electric and ranks among the best young pitchers in baseball. Look for these potent defenses to take a back seat on Wednesday as the pitching takes center stage. Cleveland Guardians vs Minnesota Twins. Our team pick is Cleveland Guardians for the win, and here is why. After winning 11 out of 13 games, the Guardians lost 5 games in a row before getting a 3-2 win on Tuesday in the first doubleheader game. Cleveland trailed 2-1 heading into the bottom of the 8th, but Amed Rosario drove in 2 runs with a single to give the Guards a 3-2 lead. It was the 3rd hit of the game for Rosario. The Twins had their 3-game winning streak with a loss in Tuesday's early game. After splitting the first 2 games of this series, the Twins are 19-17 on the road and 2 games ahead of the Guardians for first place in the AL Central. Minnesota is 11th, averaging 4.5 runs per game, 10th with 87 home runs, and no threat to run with just 13 stolen bases. Byron Buxton leads the Twins with 19 home runs and 35 RBI, despite missing 10 games this season. Luis Arias leads the team with .342 batting average, which is also second best in MLB. Cleveland has won 3 of the last 4 home starts made by Quantrill, and he has seen past success against Minnesota when at the friendly confines of Progressive Field. In 3 home appearances against the Twins, all of which took place last season, Quantrill allowed just 1 run in 10 2/3 innings. Dylan Bundy has been inconsistent this season, and the Twins have lost 8 of his last 9 starts overall. Take the Guardians on Wednesday night. Our total pick is under 8.5 runs. And here is why. Minnesota is without 2 of its better sluggers, Jorge Polanco and Miguel Sano, and the total has finished under in 4 of the last 6 games that Minnesota has played on the road. The total has also finished under in 4 out of the last 5 games that Minnesota has played in Cleveland. St. Louis Cardinals vs Miami Marlins. Our team pick is Miami for the win. And here is why. Miami got off to a 12-8 start this season, but it has been a tough road for the Marlins since then. They lost 9 of their following 10 games and have gone on multiple other losing skids. Miami dropped 2 out of 3 against the Mets over the weekend before dropping the first 2 games of this series. The Marlins are in 4th place in the National League East, trailing New York by 13 games. They are still alive in the NL Wild Card standings, sitting 8 games back of St. Louis for the final spot. Miami has been a decent offensive team, ranked number 14 in batting average, .244. St. Louis has not gone on any crazy winning streaks this season, but it has been consistently winning games. The Cardinals' recent stretch is evidence of that, as they have won 5 of their last 8 contests. They lost 2 out of 3 against Chicago over the weekend in what was a disappointing series, but they have bounced back by winning the first 2 games of this series. St. Louis is about to hit the road for a 7-game trip following Wednesday's game. The Cardinals are trailing Milwaukee by a half game at the top of the NL Central, and they are also 1.5 games ahead of San Francisco for the final NL Wild Card spot. St. Louis opened as the favorite to win this game, but the early money has been all over Miami. I am in total agreement with the line movement, and I am still willing to back the Marlins at this price. They have not been losing games this season due to poor offense. Their pitching has struggled as a whole. However, Alcantara is not included in that statement, as he is arguably the best starter in the majors. He continues to shut opponents down and go deep into his starts, setting Miami to win in almost every game he pitches. Palante is off to a solid start to his big league career, but he is not on Alcantara's level. Our total pick is under 7.5 runs, and here is why. The Cardinals struggled over the past week, losing 3 of their last 5 games. Their slump allowed the Brewers to take a half-game lead over them in the NL West standings, and they will try to regain the division lead with another win over the Marlins, which will give them their 3rd win in their last 6 games and the series win. St. Louis is averaging 4.80 runs per game. Their .254 batting average is 5th in the league. Their .321 on-base percentage is 9th, as is their .408 slugging percentage. Paul Goldschmidt has been the big bat for the Cardinals. He leads the team with a .347 batting average, 19 home runs, and 64 RBI. St. Louis's pitching has been good, with the team giving up 3.89 runs per game. Opponents have a .243 batting average against the Cardinals, which is 18th in the league. Their 3.78 ERA is 11th, while their 1.28 WHIP is 19th. In his last start, Palante gave up 7 hits and 3 runs in 6 innings, leading to a 3-0 loss to Chicago. They will need a better performance from him if they want to win this game. The Marlins are averaging 4.39 runs per game and 4.11 runs per game on the road. They averaged 1.67 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Cardinals. With St. Louis giving up 3.66 runs per game at home, the Marlins will be held under their average in this game. The Cardinals are averaging 4.80 runs per game and 4.82 runs per game at home. They averaged 3.67 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Marlins. Even though Miami is giving up 4.46 runs per game on the road, they are giving up 2.85 runs per game in road games started by Alcantara, so the Cardinals won't score enough runs to push the score over the total. The Cardinals and Marlins played under the total in 6 of their last 7 meetings.